Hi there, De-Crypt, back with you with another video today. Just a quick one. The other day, or the last two videos I sent were, I discussed firstly this huge spike that happened, why it happened, and then I discussed a pattern that seemed to be appearing over the weekends. Now, if you look at my screen at the moment, after this huge spike in the price, which we determined or assumed was because of one massive buy order, a lot of money coming into the market all at once, and we'll discuss that a little bit later. But have a look at these periods here, and they were over weekends, basically weekends. You see there's the one there, second one there, and the third one here. Now, obviously, the spike in price is definitely somebody or the market buying up Bitcoin very quickly. Otherwise, it wouldn't rise so fast. So that's a bit of money coming into the market. Now, I want to show you something very interesting. An article on Zero Hedge. Bitcoin tumbles after mystery whale dumps $50 million in one trade. A single trade, $50 million. And that was yesterday. Have a look at the graph. That is the drop that happened yesterday. You can see the sudden drop in price. Now that was due to one Bitcoin holder dumping $50 million worth of Bitcoin onto the market. Now, I'm just going to read through the article quickly. It's very short. It says the price of several cryptocurrencies took a sudden hit on Tuesday over the course of 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, which some suspect may be the result of a single Bitcoin whale who unloaded over $50 million worth of the digital currency in one Bitfinex trade, in one single trade. The drop comes one day after the third largest Bitcoin wallet also unloaded around $50 million of the digital currency. So they already know that the third largest wallet, Bitcoin wallet that is, one day before that, also dumped $50 million of Bitcoin onto the market. So we've got in 2 days $100 million worth of Bitcoin dumped onto the market. Now, that can definitely account for the price drop. But is this out of the ordinary? Is it market manipulation? I don't think so. These are probably long-time investors, or maybe not hodlers as they call them, but people that have had Bitcoin for a while and have been accumulating for a while, probably for a long time. But what if these people were not only just had a lot of Bitcoin, but who went in and bought at the recent lows of 6,000 odd? Let me just finish reading the article before I carry on. As MarketWatch first noted, the balance of wallet ID, and then they give the wallet address, an anonymous digital account which is valued at $1.49 billion, not million, billion dollars, fell by 6,500 Bitcoin on Tuesday. Now we all know what happened when the Mt. Gox trustee dumped 6,000, or in one day I think he dumped 18,000 Bitcoin in three separate trades. He dumped something like 18,000. I think it was the 5th of March. He dumped 18,000 Bitcoin onto the market, or was it the 5th of February? I can't remember. March, I think. We all know what that did to the price. So here's two individual Bitcoin holders dumping between them around $100 million worth of Bitcoin onto the market in 2 days. And it carries on to say on Tuesday, with the average sale price being $8,146.70, a total value of just over $50 million according to BitInfo charts. The sale comes a day after the third largest wallet, which famously purchased over $400 million of Bitcoin in February. Now here's the kicker. This is the explanation that I want to get to you. In February, this wallet bought $400 million worth of Bitcoin. Now, what was the price in February, roughly? Around $6,000? $7,000? They sold it $8,146.70. Let's just assume that it was, for argument's sake, $6,000 or $6,500, somewhere around there in February, whatever it was, I don't know. that is pushing around a 20% profit in a little over a month. I think I would do the same. So I think it's safe to assume that this is not market manipulation. I think this is just pure profit taking, but the difference is it's on a scale much larger than the average market, and that's why these things stand out on the charts like sore thumbs. It's big money coming in and then big money getting out, taking their profits. Now, if we go back to the charts and we have a look at the trading, or have a look at the chart between these outstanding ups and downs, you will see exactly the same thing, just on a much smaller scale. These are the normal traders. You will see that that slightly bigger green line there is maybe a slightly bigger trade than normal, and the red lines are the normal guys taking their profits, the normal trading. What we are seeing here is somebody coming in, buying up a lot of Bitcoin very quickly. So it's not many people doing it. It's one or two people doing it in a very short space of time. That is why we're getting these sudden, I mean, this is a 1 hour chart. So that price rose that much in the space of an hour. And you can see it had a candle that came up to around $8,180 or something like that, 8,176. So you can see the price rose very quickly. So there's a lot of money coming in quickly, and the red lines are the exact opposite. It's people, maybe one person, maybe one or two people most of the time, putting a lot of Bitcoin on the market very quickly and selling off very quickly, taking their profits. As we've seen from that article, what happened yesterday is somebody dumped $50 million worth of Bitcoin onto the market, and there we had a price drop. Now, how it works on the exchanges is, if you go and look at the sale orders, or the sale orders that people have put in the sale column, you will find 1 Bitcoin, fractions of a Bitcoin, the normal trading, small bits here and there for whole lists. And as the price, as the list goes down, the price goes up. Now, if somebody comes in and want to buy, let's say 100 Bitcoin, they are going to have to buy those Bitcoin on that list. They can't go and put an order for 100 Bitcoin at the cheapest price, because they are only going to get the Bitcoin that is offered or up for sale at that cheap price. For them to get 100 Bitcoin, they are going to have to go and offer quite a bit, and then they will swallow up the Bitcoin in the sales chart from the cheapest all the way down. It'll keep swallowing them up, buying them up, until they have reached 100 Bitcoin. And the final purchase of the Bitcoin will determine the final price that they paid. And that will be, if it's a really large order, that will become the new price of Bitcoin, because that was the last trade. And that is how these huge jumps in price happen, up and down. And as you can see now, in the last hour, I haven't even noticed this yet, see how the price has shot up again. There's some big money getting in and out of these markets. My guess is the big money is coming in now, and the money that is getting out, or the big drops going out, is people that have bought in lower down in this area here before the price has risen so sharply. These are all guys taking out handsome profits, and you can't blame them. They are doing exactly the same as the rest of us are doing, except they're just doing it on a much larger scale, and that is why these things stand out on the chart like sore thumbs. I think this is healthy. They do create, especially the sell-offs, they do create a large drop in price, but as you can see, the market recovers to what it should be pretty quickly. It's a good thing. I think it can only be good for the market, and it's going to, at the end of the day, it's going to raise the price, because when people see things like this happening, they're going to hang on to their Bitcoin to make those profits. So my advice is what I'm going to do, or what I would do if I had Bitcoin. At the moment, I actually don't have any. I've yesterday just bought into Litecoin, and it looks like we on the up as well. It took a bit of a dive with Bitcoin yesterday, but it is going up again. In my opinion, Litecoin is going to probably do percentage-wise better than Bitcoin. Very few people know that during December last year, when the price of Bitcoin rose so high, everybody was raving over Bitcoin. It made, what was it, about 300% or 500% increase over a short space of time. Very few people are talking about the fact, or even know about the fact, that Litecoin made, I think it was 200% more gain than Bitcoin in the same amount of time. So Litecoin reacts in larger percentages than Bitcoin does, actually. So there's actually more money to be made in Litecoin when it goes up, and it looks like it is going to go up now with Bitcoin. So I'm hoping to maximize my profits there. So at the moment I don't have any Bitcoin, but you can see what is happening on these charts. My guess is the price is going to keep rising today, and maybe for a couple of days it will trade basically level, maybe a slightly up or even slightly down, and then we're going to see a chop in the price again. It's going to drop and somebody's going to take some profits. But this kind of thing won't last forever. Sooner or later, the people who bought in really low down will have taken their profits, or those that want to take profits will have taken their profits, and the rest of them, the rest of the people who hold Bitcoin, are going to be holding for what is going to be, in my opinion, a massive gold rush here. The price is going to skyrocket soon. It's a matter of time. As I've told you before, there is massive money coming into this market. The Rothschilds, all the rest of them. It's just huge money. These guys don't buy in hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions, or even hundreds of millions. Some of them are buying in billions. So I know of one, I already told you that I know of one investor that is looking to buy, I think, 50 billion or $5 billion worth of Bitcoin, but off the markets, privately, so that it doesn't affect the price. Because you can imagine, if somebody puts in an order for $50 billion on an exchange, what that's going to do to the price almost instantly. It will double, triple, quadruple, who knows. That is a huge amount of money. So anyway, that is it for Bitcoin. On the Dignity front, like I said, price is, let me just have a look here. Dignity token, the price has dropped as I suspected it would. It has recovered a little bit, but it is a lot lower than it was before the news came out on Friday last week. But not to worry, it's safe. Oh, I see it as, oh no, we're looking at Bitcoin. Let me just there we go. I see the price has increased slightly, but it is still low. It was around, I think, 7 cents, somewhere around 7 cents before the news came out. It might have even been 8 point something cents. And now we are sitting at 5.3 cents. So yes, the price has come down, and it'll probably stay there. It might fluctuate slightly, but basically I think we're going to flat trade from now on. It might have been a good idea for people straight after the news had come out to actually sell off a lot of their Dignity holdings and then buy it back right now, because the longer this waiting period happens, the longer the price stays low, the more nervous and jittery people are going to get, and the more people there's going to be that will sell off, and that will drop the price even more. So there's definitely money to be made here at the end of the day for those who can wait and those who are patient. Okay, that's it for me today. If you're starting to enjoy my content, I know I'm still very new at this, but yeah, if you like my content, please like my videos, share, subscribe, and yeah, let's all grow together and make some bucks. Cheers. Catch you later.